Hello and welcome to another week of Monday with the Mayor. I'm Bradford Raths, and we're back in Huntingburg with Denny Spinner.
Good to see you again.
So let's talk about what happened this last weekend.
Wow, what a weekend for Huntingburg. It's a past thing, but I just can't help but comment what a great weekend we had in our community, and it's through the efforts of the whole community to make things like this happen. But if you looked at our agenda for Saturday, you started off the day with the farmers market at the parking lot of Memorial Gym, which is ongoing, but it's something that again the whole community kind of pulls together for that. It was a busy day up at the farmers market. We had the annual summer antique show going on at the event center. The Chamber of Commerce has that, and our new Main Street program was involved in that, which we'll be talking more about in the future. But the antique show is something that's something Huntingburg is known for. Had a lot of people coming through town to participate in that, and as a kind of a combined with that, the people who visited the antique show. I was out there for an hour or so, and I heard other vendors. Now, these weren't Huntingburg vendors. These were the vendors that were here in town telling the people visiting, you need to go down on 4th Street because there's a lot to see down there. And 4th Street on Saturday was just, it was just busy. It was busy all day long. It was a beautiful day. People were walking up and down the street, in and out of the stores, looking at all the things that we had, dining in the restaurants. It was just what if you could have a day that you said this is what it should be like. Saturday was kind of that day on 4th Street, and then it continued on into the evening. We had the back to school bash at the Teen Outback. The youth board there had put that together. It's an annual event where kind of get the middle school kids kind of enthused about coming back to the youth center. And it was not a Huntingburg only event. We had participation from all the other school corporations, from North Spencer schools. Their middle school principal was up here. He was after me in the dunking booth. So we had the youth center was just absolutely run over with kids, and that group did a great job of organizing that. And while that was going on, just a little bit further down in the city park, we had our final Music in the Park night. Their big finale of the year was the Hee Haw night, and that crew just did an excellent job of bringing that all together. I don't know if there was a huge crowd to enjoy that, and that was just a kind of a day that you just you got to reflect on and say, boy, this is what the community is really about. Having everyone pitch in, and all those things I talked about, and most of them were free, or a very minimal cost. There were things that everyone could come in and enjoy and be part of, and I was just I wanted to say thank you to the community for all those people who work together to bring those events and have a day that we can all kind of come together. There was something for all ages. It was just across the board. It was just a great day. I wanted to thank everyone who was involved in that and say that this is where our community is going. There was a lot of pride about Huntingburg that day, and I was proud to be part of it and to participate in those things, and just look forward to more of the same in the future. But it was just a good day, just a really good day for Huntingburg.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot to be proud of.
That's right. We're a city like no other, so that day was like no other that you could have. The only experience you could have was here in Huntingburg for a day like that.
Of course, now we go from a great weekend back to reality, so to speak. Have a little
the business at hand, yeah.
Yep. A bit of a busy council meeting coming up Thursday.
Yeah, we have a very busy council meeting on the agenda for Thursday. As you recall, our earlier council meeting, we did postpone that meeting because we were in the middle of the budget process at that time. We had 2 council meetings for earlier this month to discuss the budget process. As a result, there are a couple things that we need to be on the agenda for Thursday night. Our regular reports from our utility superintendents will be there. But one item that's going to come up, I know a lot of people have had some interest in and questions about, is our communications project that has been ongoing. We're at a point now where we're going to be moving forward with a decision on a firm to help us take us to the next level. We have had the fiber ring connecting the 10 city buildings has been completed. It's in place, but we've not been able to light up the fiber yet because we need the equipment to take us to the next step. We've been in negotiations with some firms about the proposals for the initial system, but also the long-range plan of developing a new phone system, a new communication system for the entire city, which will also eventually lead to an entire internal network for us. So we've negotiated with some companies, we've heard proposals from them, and Paul Nycom from SiteWise, who has been on contract with the city to help us look through all these things, will be at the council meeting on Thursday night, and we'll be making some recommendations to the council for their action on how do we move forward. And this is a big plan for us. It really is a way that we can improve internal communications, but also external communications to our public. So that's some decisions we'll be facing down the road, and we'll have that on the agenda for Thursday night. But there's also a few other things with the redevelopment, some reports from the Redevelopment Commission. We'll also have a report on our transit system. Their annual report will be happening at that time. So there's a lot of things going on that just keeping the council up to date on some of our projects, and it's going to be a busy night.
So let's go back a little bit to the communications plan.
Right.
What originally spurred that?
Well, the phone system that we have in our city hall right now, or across the city, was installed when the city hall was opened in 1995. So
Right.
there are some limitations. It was a great purchase at the time. It was state of the art, but it's now at the point where it's showing some wear and tear, and there is some need for upgrade there. And as we looked at that, it just made sense to make the connection all throughout all the buildings. So that fiber, we received a bid from Perry Spencer to connect all the buildings with fiber, which is the first step in that. And now the task will be to really identify what the needs are for the city in the way of a up-to-date phone system, but beyond that, a complete communication system that will enable us to be more customer friendly, to offer some services to our residents that we haven't had in the past. So it's going to be, kind of bringing us up to date. There's some internal work that we're going to have to do to bring the infrastructure up to speed as well. And it's just the proper time to kind of look at this. This process was actually started probably about 2 years ago, and the previous administration also saw that this was a need. So it's it started about 2.5 years ago, and it's been a process that we're moving to the point where it's time to make the decisions that actually enact this process.
So kind of like all technology, you kind of have to replace it
That's
at some
right.
point.
And we're hoping to make decisions. Like I said, the decision that was made on the system that we have was obviously a good decision because it served the city well for more than 20 years. And we're hoping that we can make similar decisions in this group now to say, here's where we are. How do we make the best decisions to move forward that will be a long-term benefit for the city in a cost-effective way?
Let's hope it lasts for the next 20 years.
We certainly hope so. With technology changing, and that's part of our plan, is that there are elements that we know are going to change, but there are elements that we know that we can make decisions on that will be the backbone that will enable us to be a little bit more flexible in the future.
All right, Mayor, well, it was good to see you once again.
Good to see you.
This has been Monday with the Mayor. We'll have more news right after this.